Gamers, welcome back to more Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne for the Nintendo Game Boy. We're here in the Amala Labyrinth. I think it's time we check out this first little Kalpa here, which is what these little places are called. And we get to do an epic mini-game. Check it out, that's right, Nocturne has mini-games. In this minigame, we fly down this pit and we gotta collect coins. That's right. We're collecting coins in this epic dark game about demons and shit. You can punch these things, and sometimes they break open and have coins in there. Now, you might think, oh, this is like free money, which is true, but like, I'm gonna be honest, just fighting the enemies is a better source of money. Ow. This is a safe way to get money, so like if you're doing a challenge run, like a Nuzlocke, maybe it's okay, but like, it's better just to fight the enemies. The Labyrinth of Amala, first Kalpa. So we got this weird stone statue thing. Let's interact with that. There's a huge pedestal. Will you light the menorah of foundation? Yeah, why not? You lit the menorah of foundation. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, these were actually called candelabras in the original game, which is a mistranslation. Because candelabras and menorahs are two different things, but they fixed it in the HD one. They're called what they're supposed to be now. So that opens this path up here. So basically, to open each of these levels, well, first you have to clear the last one. But then you also need to have the correct menorahs. So you have to defeat the fiends who hold those menorahs in order to gain access. So this is the first Kalpa. It actually looks kind of inviting. This is the Labyrinth of Amala. It is a world completely different from the Vortex world which you came from. It is divided into several regions called Kalpa, and at the very bottom resides our master, the ruler of chaos. If your wish is to pursue the path of creation as a human, then there is no reason for you to stay here long. So that's actually good advice. If we go all the way through this dungeon, we actually lock ourselves into the true demon ending. Hence why he said we will no longer be human. We will become a true demon. But that's spoilers. I'm not going to say much more about that. That said, we are going to be doing this because getting the true demon ending does unlock a special new final boss, and I want to show it off. Now, unfortunately, because of this addition to the game, starting with the Maniacs version, a lot of the other endings are pretty neglected, which I do think is kind of unfortunate, because, like, that's SMT's whole thing, is there's multiple endings, but most people only ever go for the true demon ending because it has more content. I thought about maybe doing one of the normal endings, but that final boss fight is just so good, I need to show it off. So we're going to go around here and fight some encounters. They're probably going to be a little strong. I don't remember exactly what level they are, but I thought this would be a perfect opportunity then to discuss the latest news, as the Nintendo Direct just happened to announce the new Switch 2. So, you know, we could kind of turn this into a podcast as I run around this place and fight stuff. So, you know, let's go in order. Oh my gosh, I'm already terrified, actually. Ow. I didn't even remember these guys were in here. Maybe it's only in this lower level. Maybe I should have stayed up. You know, in fact, I probably should go back up because there's a lot of stuff on that first level we should probably take a look at. But this is going to be some good EXP. So the first game they showed off was Mario Kart, and I love Mario Kart. Mario Kart's always been one of my favorite franchises. It's usually the first game I get for whatever system. You know, the Wii, the 3DS, I guess the Switch, it was like my second Switch game. But usually it's one of the first games I get, and I've always been a huge fan of the series. And the new one, Mario Kart World, looks insane. Like, this looks like one of the most ambitious Mario Kart games we've ever gotten. It's like kind of open world, although watching the like presentation, like the little Nintendo Treehouse one, it doesn't look like the free roam does too much. It's more of kind of like a fun side thing. But the idea that like the world is interconnected does work its way into like the Grand Prix and stuff. Because like once you finish a race, you actually have to drive to the next track, and it like counts as part of the race. It's kind of crazy. I do think it looks really cool. The new mechanics are also great. So they removed like the whole pick a kart glider wheel thing, which I'm actually glad they did, because you know, that was really cool when it first came out in 7. But then they just did it again in 8, and I thought it was kind of underwhelming that they just reused it again. So I'm glad that's gone for more traditional carts. And then now you can rail grind and wall ride and wall jump, which are like the coolest things ever. I always played speed characters and Sonic Riders because I thought the rail grinding was so fun. And now, in Mario Kart World, you could do that. And you could, like, ride a rail and then jump at a wall, and then ride up the wall and then jump onto another wall. It is, like, the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. It has me very excited. The gameplay looks phenomenal. Oh gosh, it's Mudo. Okay, well, our evasion's way up, so. So yeah, Mario Kart World looks awesome. We got epic characters like Cow, who's just named Cow, which is like the coolest, it's like the coolest thing ever. I love that it's just called Cow. So, yeah, that game's looking great. Now, there is one caveat with the game. And that is that it costs $5 trillion to purchase. You need to have $5 gajillion to purchase Mario Kart for the Nintendo Switch 2. And this has been the big sticking point, for obvious reasons, because it is insane. Oh my gosh, he has Dragon Eye. Yeah, this place is terrifying. So yeah, Dragon Eye gives you 4 press turns. Now, he is, like, stunned or whatever, so his accuracy is, like, awful, so he's not gonna hit us, but he just had Dragon Eye. I'm scared. Maybe we shouldn't have come here yet. I thought I could handle it. And you know what? We are handling it, but I'm also using all my resources. We got an Amethyst. Okay, you know what the real problem is? We just, like, don't have healing skills. Like, I'm stuck just using my character to heal, which is not what I want to be doing here. And I don't have a lot of medicines. We'll see how far we can get into here before we inevitably have to come back. In fact, this whole area we can't do much with. This door, we can't open that door. Those white doors. Here, let's talk to this guy, I guess. You need a key to open this vault. Yeah, so like she said, we need a key to open the white doors, so there's not a whole lot we can do with those yet. The next thing they showed off was hardware stuff. That camera, I feel like, is going to be a novelty, and people are going to forget about it after a week. Okay, these are enemies more like I expected. Yeah, so actually, going down there, because we're not supposed to go down there until we get the key, they're higher level enemies, so let's stay up here for now. But yeah, I don't think the camera and, like, the mic stuff, like, I don't know, man. Like, Discord already exists. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like, I don't plan on purchasing the camera. They would have to release, like, some insane game that has to use it for me to buy it. What other features does it have? It's basically just a stronger Switch. But I feel like there was one feature I had in mind that I'm forgetting about. Maybe I'll think of it while we talk to this person. There is no place in the labyrinth where you can rest. The demons here are all here for a certain reason, so I doubt they'll join you either. Prepare yourself if you don't want to die. Oh yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, you can't recruit demons here, and there's no healing points. Well, there are a few doctor NPCs that we can find, and this goes lower, so I'm not going to go there. That will heal you for a price. But you kind of have to track them down. Oh, hey, Loa. A human soul can learn, but his body is mortal. A demon is immortal, but his soul never changes. I wonder how it is for you, since you're both human and demon. Yeah, geez, I can't remember what else hardware. Oh, the mouse! Yeah, that's kind of a big thing. So now you can use the Joy-Con as a mouse. And we can actually go in this one. It doesn't have a lock. Oh! We gotta talk about this. Have you noticed the writing on the tombstones? They're inscribed as the demons killed by you-know-who. Yeah, it was me. So these tombstones are for Fornius and Troll. So those are a couple of bosses we fought. We can't do anything with these now, but I believe later on we'll unlock the ability to, like, rematch them, if I'm remembering correctly. I never really did it before, but I'm pretty sure that's what those tombstones are for. Later on, we can come back and we can rematch those bosses. But yeah, the mouse, the weird thing about the mouse is, while it is great for shooters, like Metroid, I'm sure is going to be amazing with it. The problem is you kind of need like a desk in front of you or something. And they didn't reveal like a, plastic board accessory for you to put on your lap. So I'm a little concerned about that because everywhere I tend to play games, I mean, if I'm playing at my desk like I am now, that's fine. But I also like to play just like, chilling on like a couch or chilling on my bed or something. And I can't really use the mouse then, so it's a little weird. I'm glad you made it here. If you get stronger, I'll sell you something special. He's not kidding, actually. We definitely want to get stronger and remember this guy. Because the thing he sells is really useful. But, yeah, I think we need to be high enough level in order to get it.
Tell me, are you a human or a demon?
I'm a demon.
Good. I'm actually quite friendly with demons. At least you know what you're getting with them. Oh, I'm Kamala, by the way. Drop by any time. I'll tell you about the fiends if you're interested. Hey, you're back. Want to hear something juicy?
Okay, so this person will tell you if there are any fiends and where they're located. Because, for instance, Daisojo, he is optional. Like, he's kind of hidden away in the other section of, I'm blanking on Ikebukuro, was it? I can't remember if that, yeah, because Ginza's the other one, whatever. Anyway, so if you need to figure out where some of the optional fiends are, that person will tell you where you can find them, which is nice. That way you don't need to pull up a guide. You could instead walk all the way over here to find it. Yeah, you're probably just going to use a guide, let's be honest. So yeah, that's kind of the Switch hardware. I mean, they did show that like games will play at a lot higher frame rate. There's like 120 FPS support, but it's only for certain games. So I am kind of curious like what games will actually be supported. Switch 1 games, like certain ones will get an upgrade. Like I saw Breath of the Wild looked amazing on it. Oh geez, I fell down a pit and now I'm in hell, I guess. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet supposedly is one of the games. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll just put it that way. So we can't go that way yet. But they did show the new Pokemon game, ZA, and it did look way better on Switch 2. On the day we fell from heaven, time came to a halt for us. It remains unchanging, like the still of the night. We demons await the Master's words, his proclamation of a new beginning. That's what a demon I met earlier told me. But I have no idea what the hell he was talking about. You're like, wow, this person is so profound. And they're like, actually, I'm just reciting this from someone else and I have no clue what it means. Which is honestly based. Okay, I actually think that's the way we have to go, so let's do this first. Next up, speaking of Metroid, see, this guy will heal us, and I actually, no, I do actually want to get healed. I don't know what the downside is, though. 2,000 Mach, actually, how much Maka do we have? I need to figure out if that's a lot or not. Okay, we have 12,000. I actually am okay with 2,000. I'll give you guys a little slight spoiler. There is something down here in the labyrinth, I think on the second Kalpa, where we can take on a challenge, and if we succeed, which we're gonna succeed, I mean, of course, we can get a whole ton of money. So at that point, money is not gonna be a problem. So I'm not too worried about spending 2,000 now. I want my MP back. No, I'll just need a rush. Now, at this point, I'm forgetting what the order thing. Oh, yeah, Metroid Prime 4 I was going to talk about. So, I've never played a Metroid game, unless you count, like, the demos in Smash. But, Prime 4 looks cool. I'd say the coolest thing is that the game will run in 60 FPS if you want, like, the high resolution. But then it looked like in 1080p, it runs at 120, which is insane. But, like... That doesn't seem to be the norm for all Switch 2 games. It's like just specifically Metroid will run that well. Which is more of a testament to... Who is it? Is Retro making the new game now? I think so. It's more of a testament to their abilities as game developers, if anything. But I mean, that's sick. At this point, I think we got a lot of like third-party stuff, like Elden Ring and stuff, which is like, hey, cool, but like, these games are already out and on other platforms. Okay, let's go here. Some things I'm excited about, though, is that Bravely Default is getting a remaster. And it looks great. I mean, it's literally just like the 3DS game, but, like, higher res. And it looks sweet. I've been meaning to play the game for a long time. I do have the 3DS version, but I've just never gotten around to it, so... Definitely gonna finally check that out. It comes out launch day. Launch day is actually stacked. This is like the first console release where there's actually a lot to play. Now, some of that stuff is old stuff, but like the Bravely Default remaster, I don't know if it's multi-platform. I should have checked that, but that is something to play. Oh, okay, so these NPCs, these two girls with this floating table, they'll be like, oh, only 500 Maka to heal. Do not believe them. Okay, they will heal you, but they'll also send you back to the start of the dungeon. Which we don't want. Now, they actually are useful for later parts of this, because there'll be some parts where you have to backtrack, but then they'll conveniently put the two girls there, so you're, like, intended to let them heal you so that you can essentially fast travel. But this is not one of these instances, and it's Arahabaki! Arahabaki here in the middle, this guy is, like, classic top-tier demon in SMT. I think he's, like, top-tier in every single SMT game. For one, you just saw he nulls physical, which is really rare and incredibly powerful. He blocked ice. Yeah, this dude is just a tank, and he also tends to learn, like, really good buff moves. Like, he is just insane. And in fact, it's actually going to be difficult for me to figure out how we're going to hit him. We can't use ice. We could try shock. But I think... I was just about to say that. The problem... She is weak to electric. But, what is that? Naga? Yeah, Naga absorbs electric. I do remember him being an electric type. Okay, now he's gone, so that's good. We can just pass and use shock again. They re-showed some games that were in the Switch 1 Direct, which I thought was kind of weird. Like, yeah, I'm excited for the new Somnium Files game in, like, Rhino Remastered. But at the same time, like, you already showed those off. Ooh, anti-ice. So anti-ice decreases our ice damage, which is actually... It's actually kind of nice. But I don't know what I'd get rid of. Maybe we might actually get rid of life bonus. I mean, look, the 10% HP is nice, but, like... it's hard. I really want to keep... do I want to keep Ice Boost for now? This is actually a really difficult choice. We're going to get better life bonus skills, and I don't think they stack. It might be a little risky, but I know there are some ice encounters where, like, anti-ice... Well, you know what? We're going to get even better versions of this skill later, so we're not going to learn it. Oh, and we got an achievement. We actually completed this Magatama, so we should probably switch to a new one. We could learn Media, Life Aid, Tornado, Shock. Let's try to learn Media. Let's use some healing. Alright, where was I going? Ooh, there's a ladder up. Yeah, as you can see, the Labyrinth of Amala's dungeon design is very... Yeah, this. It's pretty brutal. We just got sent to hell again, but now we're in the floor that kills you. We just took not actually that much damage. Just a little chip damage. Actually, you know, Nocturne, sometimes you're not that brutal after all. I'm trying to think what else got revealed in, like, that middle section. Because there was just so much happening. Oh, right, Deltarune! Yeah, I'm a huge Deltarune fan. I freaking love Deltarune. We've been waiting for the new Deltarune chapter for, like, ever. We knew it was coming this year. And now I see why Toby Fox wasn't saying any specific dates. Because he probably couldn't. Since it comes out on the Switch launch day. Which, funny enough, is probably going to be my priority for Switch launch day. Despite the fact that it's not even a Switch exclusive. But I really want to play chapters 3 and 4. Chapter 2 of Deltarune, oh my gosh, jeez. Deltarune chapter 2 was, like, so good. And, like, one of the best experiences ever. I need more. I need more Deltarune, so I'm looking forward to that. Also, the wait for Silksong is over. I have not played Hollow Knight, but I know that fans of Hollow Knight have been waiting for, like, just as long as Deltarune fans for their getting anything. And they really didn't get that much. It was like 2 seconds. And then they were like, yep, it's coming this year. So it's not even, oh no, not more of these guys. It's not even like a real release date, which is unfortunate. But supposedly, you know, it is coming this year. Oh, they're all weak to electric. That's good. Oh, what am I thinking? I'm like, oh, he's parried. I can hit him with a physical move. Yeah, it's not how that works. They also revealed a new Hyrule Warriors, which I've never played any of the Hyrule Warriors games, and I've only played the first Fire Emblem Warriors. I didn't even play the Three Houses one. The Warriors games are fun. Like, I enjoyed my time with the Fire Emblem Warriors, but it's not something I'm, like, super into. And at this point, there's just been so many. It kind of gets old after a while. But hey, if you're a Warriors fan, I mean, you've been eating good. Oh, we learned Detain. I assume that's just like a talk skill, probably, if I had to guess. We're actually running out of healing items. This sucks. I should have bought more before coming in here. We do have life stones, which are good, but we need some for negotiations, so I don't know. Now, the big reveals were kind of at the end for, like, big new games. And I am very excited because they announced Kirby Air Riders. That's right, we're Sonic Riders now. I never actually owned the original Kirby Air Ride. But as a kid, I, like, borrowed it from a friend a couple of times. And then also played it through other means, which I will not elaborate on. It could mean anything, I mean, truly. I can't have Nintendo coming after me, though, so that's all I'll say on the matter. Wow, this sucks. I believe this person is weak to ice, though. They are fire. You know, if it hits, it's something. By the way, Agidyne is. I just realized I wasn't even paying attention. She just used Agidyne, didn't she? That's like a late game fire skill. What? This person is broken. Oh no! Can we please hit the ice move? Oh jeez. Yeah. So you see why this encounter is just one person. No! We're dead. We're just so dead. Alright, well. Okay, we're back. I didn't do anything off screen. We're back to being a lower level. We're gonna have to relearn everything. That's fine, because I have a solution. A solution that takes a lot of strategy. That's right, we're gonna cheat. So I pulled up a guide on my phone, and we're gonna use that to get through here. So I'm gonna show you the shortest path through this dungeon. And that should be great. So let's go this way. Now, where was I? Oh, right. We got to do a question of the day. So if you've made it this far into the video, that's right. You get the honor of answering the question of the day because I was requested to do one of those. So this one's pretty simple. What game are you most looking forward to on the Nintendo Switch 2? Or at least, what game from the presentation are you most excited for? Yeah, that's the question. So let me know below. Oh, hey, look, it's the little Chatter Sculpt. We haven't seen him in a little while. Now, I think the last thing I was talking about was, oh right, I forgot about the GameCube games. So I'm actually kind of glad I died because I would have just glossed over that. So yeah, GameCube is coming to the Nintendo Switch Online thing. I am excited about that. I mean, GameCube has some great games. It doesn't have a very big library compared to some other consoles, but it does have some bangers. And we are getting some games that are really expensive, like Path of Radiance is a great one. I love Path of Radiance. I played it multiple times. So I don't know if I'm actually going to play the Switch version because, I don't know, I've kind of used like all the characters and stuff already. Maybe I'll do a playthrough, who knows. And then Pokemon Coliseum and XD. Now, the thing with these games is, my favorite part about these games is, well, maybe not my number one favorite part, but something I always really liked about them is how they can... Oh, I actually gotta... Where the heck am I? Right, okay. Gotta go right around here. This is so funny. They have this whole open area. It's such a classic Nocturne design. You know what one you gotta go into? It's this one. That's right next to it. Of course. But like, I love that they can connect to the Game Boy games. So you can do your playthrough. You can transfer all those Shadow Pokemon once you purified them to your main series games. Like, that's super sick. And you're not going to be able to do that with these ones, theoretically. Now, if they wanted to be really cool and epic, they could release the Game Boy Pokemon games on Switch Online and make them compatible. Or maybe at the very least, they could say, you know, give the games home compatibility. I'm not thinking that's going to happen, though. But, you know what? I think I might be able to turn it into my own fun kind of a deal. I'm thinking about trying to do the Ore Coliseum. Man, we only have the one guy with the electric move. Do I actually have a, like, electric item? No. You know what? We're gonna try... Does this work on you? We're gonna try the Mahama Rock. Yeah, see, Arahabaki, man, he's so broken. Why is he just resist or block everything? You can't use physical. He's just so broken. Can I use wind on you, maybe? Okay, you are weak to wind. Okay, he does have 2 weaknesses to offset it. That's comforting, but we don't have a lot of options for those elements, so... Oh, he has weak to fire. So he's like... He blocks like half of things, and he's weak to the others. Interesting. But yeah, I think it'll be fun to try to beat the Ore Coliseum using only the in-game XD Pokemon. I know it's been done before, but like, I've never tried it. And if you watched my playthrough of XD, you know I never actually finished that. And part of the reason was because I just got stuck, because I built a really gimmicky team. If you remember, it had like Meganium and Steelix and stuff, which... We're not doing a whole lot, which was kind of an issue. Does electric work on Kelpie? Okay, it does. Kelpie we actually didn't see last time. Like, he's a staple demon in the series. You see him a lot. But yeah, Soul Calibur 2 is cool. This is the version with Link, which is great. I know a lot of people wanted the version with Link re-released, so that's exciting. Chibi Robo... What else is on there? Just a whole lot of cool stuff. Pokemon and Fire Emblem are like the big ones for me, but there's a lot of great stuff there. Now, moving on to the big things at the end of the presentation. We got Kirby Air Riders. That's right, a new Kirby Air Ride. And I love the original Kirby Air Ride. If we get like an expanded city trial mode with online, this is going to be the greatest game of all time. Like... Easily. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the path to go through here. That's all it is. That's what you have to do. All those other like entrances and stuff, they're all just bait. Oh, we got a Death Stone, and we're gonna get a Luck Incense. So that's a good item. The Death Stone though is very important. Let's actually. Is it a key item? Yes. The Death Stone, a stone said to summon death. This will probably get explained to us later, but I'll just tell you right now. The Death Stones allow you to fuse the Fiends to recruit them. Now, this is really important because Daisojo, despite being one of the easiest Fiends in terms of boss fights, is incredibly broken as a party member. And he learns an incredibly broken skill that for some reason is not an exclusive skill. So he can pass it to other demons. We're going to want to get that one when we get the ability to fuse him. Probably going to have to be a higher level before that, but definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, if we're getting 2, like, new racing games, like Nintendo racing games, new Mario Kart and new Kirby Air Ride. Racing games are, like, I just love them. I think they're so much fun. The fact that we're getting 2 is so exciting. We just opened that door that we couldn't go in before, so now we gotta backtrack, actually. And let's just fall into the pit. It'll actually make things quicker. How are we doing on life? I will heal. Just to be safe. Now, they didn't actually show off any gameplay. They just said, hey, it's coming, and Sakurai's directing. Which is cool, you know, Sakurai, I've been wondering what he's been up to. And if I remember correctly, he did direct the original. I think the original was either the last or the second to last Kirby game he worked on. He has not worked on Kirby since. So it's really cool that he's, like, back making, you know, the franchise that he's known for. That's awesome. But, you know, to make a real judgment on it, I've got to see actual gameplay. But I am really excited for it. How? And then we got a new DK game. Now, I've never played Donkey... Oh, jeez. I've never played Donkey Kong 64. I've never played Banjo-Kazooie. This game does feel more like Mario Odyssey's, like, Bowser section at the end. You know, spoilers for Mario Odyssey. That game is, like, 20 years old now, though, so everyone's played it, obviously. But, like, at the end of Mario Odyssey where you play as Bowser, this game feels like, what if... Why does he have Dragon Eye? Who allowed this? Okay, it's okay. This is getting negated and we'll be fine. He only has one more turn, and okay, at least I'm safe. Okay, my demon survived. What? Who gave the enemies in here Dragon Eye? Who's responsible for this? Oh, jeez. So, I'm not sure if I'm really sold on the new DK game. We should have seen it... Oh, come on. We should have seen it coming because, like, Donkey Kong got a new design. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to finish him this turn. I didn't think I was going to miss. So now, he's going to Dragon Eye again. The good news is he's using an ice move, so Demi Fiend is probably okay. And he is missing because we increased our evasion. Okay, we're fine. Shisa's not fine, but... Medicine? Nekomata, you're the only one that can hit this guy. No! 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 Reinforcements! Stop! This place is just so brutal, man. No, I thought the cursor was going to default to our Habaki, so I pressed right, and then I pressed X. And now... I don't know how we lived through that turn. You're not dead yet, really? Look, if we can kill Naga, I'm not worried about getting a game over because our Habaki's probably not going to be able to kill my protagonist, but like, now what do I do? I have to summon Jack-o'-lantern, I guess? Okay. Summon... Tyrone Zone. I'm trying to talk about the Nintendo stuff, Oh boy. Yep. And game over. So Stone, if you get hit by a physical move while you are stoned, which could mean something else, you die. So... And none of my demons could use... Okay, thank goodness. We could have just... If he just regular attacked Demi Fiend there, we would have just gotten a game over. Oh, and Trifuri. Trifuri? Oh, I mashed through that. But, okay, a lot of things to explain here. Trifuri, I believe, just lets you escape, which is really nice. The other thing that just happened there that I mashed the X button too fast for was sometimes when demons level up, they'll ask you to randomly change one of their skills. This can give you later game skills earlier. I think, like, it can give you skills that are considered one tier above your current ones. So he lost Agi and he got Matudi, which sounds funny, and also I don't know what that does. It is probably not as good as Agi. It cures Mute. Cool. Oh, Mutudi, because it's Mute Cure. That still sounds really funny to say, though. Let's heal. You know, I never really looked close at the death icon, but it's actually adorable. It's like a little ghost, like next to their name. That's awesome. That was a fight and a half. I was talking about Donkey Kong. Yeah, so I'm probably not going to be purchasing the new Donkey Kong game, but it looks cool. Like, if you're into, like, those big 3D platformer games, you'll probably love it. I mean, I do like 3D platformers, but I don't know. There's just too many things to play, right? I gotta cut myself off somewhere. So we're actually going to use this. Like I said, I expected to do this later, but they're actually useful now. We can have them heal us, and they feed us a bunch of alcohol or something. They take all our money. They don't actually... Oh, they do take money, don't they? I don't remember how much they take. We're down to 10,000. I mean, they definitely took money, but it wasn't too bad. But yeah, now we're back here, which is great because we were supposed to backtrack. In fact, you know what? This is a safe area. I'm going to go save the game so I don't have to do that again. I'm probably am going to go back here like in between episodes to get some EXP to make up for all that EXP we lost. I guess we'll save 10 right in the middle of these new files. So I'll probably come back here to make up on lost EXP since I kind of speed ran that second go through. But for now, I just want to show off everything that's in here. Now we get to go play the minigame again. You do have to play the minigame. I don't think you can skip it, so every time you want to go down to one of these labyrinths, it's minigame time. Oh, we should have gone back and healed. That's fine. I think we're almost done here. You know, worst case scenario, we did just save, but I'm pretty sure we're done fighting here, unless we get like a couple of random encounters going through this last little section. But yeah, that was most of the stuff they announced. They also announced the big one is that we're getting a Switch exclusive FromSoft game. We're getting like a Bloodborne successor, I guess. I don't know. Here, full transparency. I've never played a FromSoft game, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But I've heard people call it Bloodborne 2, and I know people really like Bloodborne. So I'm sure people are really excited about this one. The crazy thing, though, is that it's a Switch exclusive, which blows my mind. Like, Nintendo knew what they were doing getting these exclusivity rights, because this will sell systems. Like, I know FromSoft fans, and especially Bloodborne fans, are all going to be purchasing a Switch 2 now, no matter how much money it costs them. So I think that was a really smart move by Nintendo. I don't know what they had to do to convince FromSoft to give them an exclusive, but it was a good call. Okay, so we made it through. Yay, the peephole. Time to get some more epic lore. And we're back to the 4:3 aspect ratio for this pre-rendered cutscene. Imagine performing on this stage and you just slip off. Like, that's just a bottomless pit. Like, you just fall to your death mid-performance. That doesn't seem very, you know, OSHA's gonna have a conniption.
The labyrinth of Amala and returned a menorah. I am confident that you will recover the remaining ones, too. You must be cautious, though. The fiends that stole the menorahs are unique and extraordinarily powerful. Now that I think about it, this all started because of one man who caused the conception in the previous world. The conception. Because of it, the Vortex world was born. And Kagutsuchi is the source of power that illuminates this world. You, who once lived as a human, must be wandering this world without any understanding. To show you my appreciation for returning the menorah, I would like to share with you my knowledge of the Vortex world, starting with Kagutsuchi. Kagutsuchi is the light whose sole purpose is to empower the one who will oversee creation. Creation is the act of bringing a new world into existence, made possible by the annihilation of the old world. Kagutsuchi will then allow a life form of its choosing to determine the course of the new world. There must be those in Tokyo who yearn to be chosen by Kagutsuchi in order to realize their vision. The shape of the world to come depends on who is chosen and what their reason is. In the vast Amala universe, this vortex world is not the only place where creation occurs. Kagutsuchi rises, matures, and falls in countless other places. There are millions, billions of worlds that you are unaware of, and they all experience the cycle of death and rebirth. That is the way of Amala, as determined by the Great Will. With my master, I have watched how myriads of worlds came into being, how life prospered in those worlds, and how they were destroyed in the end. All that time, seeking the answer to the unanswerable question. Why is a world reborn? But now, we may be on the verge of finding the answer, and it is your actions which hold the key. Please retrieve the remaining menorahs as soon as possible, and then return to us. My master has high hopes for you. The fallen angel has bestowed upon you great strength. Do not lose your life and let this gift be in vain.
That wasn't funny. This place sucks. I want my money back. Yeah, so it seems like Kagatsuhi, the god of this multiverse, has repeatedly allowed the destruction and recreation of worlds over and over and over again. If only somebody could put a stop to this endless cycle. Mini game time! Let's go! Alright, let's get a high score. How much money can we get? Let's get lots of coins. Just like Super Mario from Super Mario Brothers... Super Mario Brothers... Kart World. Yeah, that one. Ow. Guys, what... this is not going well. Guys, when are they gonna put the Demi Fiend into Fortnite? Comment below if you think Demi Fiend should be in Fortnite. Actually, that would get me to play Fortnite, unironically. That's the character that would do it. If I could play as the Demi Fiend in Fortnite, I would play Fortnite. The second Kalpa, and it looks like we need 2 menorahs. Well, conveniently, a voice rings out of nowhere.
Fiend, accomplice to the fallen angel, do you know what cause you serve? Do you realize which path your actions are leading you down? I have watched your every move from above. You have been seduced by darkness. Now, you are about to defy God's will to the one with a demon's body and a human heart. Heed my warning, end your dealings with the fallen angel before your heart is consumed by darkness.
No, you can't tell me what to do, funny voice in the sky.
Unto you, for you can no longer discern good from evil. In this land where demons of chaos dwell, the last of your humanity will eventually be lost. I pray that you return to your world and rid yourself of darkness before it is too late, before God's vengeance strikes this cursed land.
Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance? You can no longer hear the voice. Well, it looks like we need 2 menorahs to proceed. Well, conveniently, we have beaten Matador and Daisojo, so... light the Menorah of Eternity. And now... we can't do anything, because we've only beaten 2, and we already used the first menorah on the first Kalpa, so we actually can't proceed. So yeah, we actually need 1 more menorah from another fiend, which I'm sure we will be seeing soon enough. So you know what that means. It's minigame time! Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. So while I'm doing these couple of minigames, let's discuss the very last things I had to say about the Nintendo presentation. Which is that it was a really good presentation. There's a lot to look forward to. The only problem is, It's really expensive. And what I'm really terrified about more than anything is that other companies are going to be like, oh, Nintendo's charging $80 for their games. By the way, $80 digital. Physical is 10 more. And games do have slightly different prices. Like, I believe Donkey Kong is 70 digital, 80 physical. But, like, that sucks, right? If you want a physical copy of your game, you have to pay 10 extra dollars? It's just stupid. Like, what I'm terrified about is that this is just going to be normalized. And, oh, hey, look, it's Karasu Tengu. I really like Karasu Tengu's design. I always thought he looked cool. Also, oh my gosh, I'm dying. Run away? Okay, yeah, I don't want to fight you guys while I'm damaged. Oh, muscle drink. May cause side effects. Well, it didn't. But, like, are all games just going to cost $80 to $90 now? Like, I'll pass on that one. Now, obviously, it's going to be a game-by-game basis. I hope devs don't just all jump on this bandwagon. Can we get more games like, you know, what, the Tales of Graces remaster, which was, or like, yeah, it was a remaster. That was only like $40 or whatever. Like, that was great. Can we get more $40 games? That'd be awesome. So, while there is a lot to look forward to, there's also some worrying implications for the future. But, yeah, I guess that's the direct. It was cool. I'm looking forward to things. The craziest, actually, you know the real craziest thing to me? It's coming out in 2 months from the time of making this video. I was not expecting it that soon. But, you know, maybe we'll do some new Let's Plays on the Switch 2 console. So we did the stuff at the first Kalpa, which I wanted to do, which is great. So I guess I could end the video off here, but you know what? We should go at least check out the Assembly of Nihilo, I think, before we end the video. The last couple of videos were a little on the shorter side. I mean, they still weren't that short, but they were shorter than the first few episodes of the series, which were like an hour. So I want to give you guys a little bit of a longer episode this time. Wait, okay. That said, again, I have no clue how long this video is. No, I want to fast travel. I want to heal my demons. They're all dead. But I think we got to go back to Ginza, because this Assembly of Nihilo is actually just south of there, if you remember from the last time we were here. So let's take advantage of fast travel. And let's head to the healing point first. Oh, did we actually get healed? Well, let's put you guys back. Let's summon you. Shisa has good elemental moves. I just wish he was higher level. We'll put you in the party and you. And then let's leave this place. Yeah, I would go to the Cathedral of Shadows to see if we can fuse anything new, but the whole Jack gang is here. But we actually did not level up because I had to reset. Okay, Ice Breath would be so risky. If it hits the Jack Frosts, we're screwed. But if it only hits the Jack-o'-lanterns, I mean, hey, that's good. These enemies weren't originally here in Ginza, though. These are higher level enemies, so the enemies in these towns, at least Ginza, I know for sure, because we're seeing it right now, do change over time. Ooh, Aguilau is really strong, but it missed. Hee-ho! I always feel bad about killing Jack Frost. I love Jack Frost. 10 out of 10 mascot design. There's that level up from before. And we did decide we don't want anti-ice, so give it up. It'd be really funny if they, like, took away achievements. Like, because I died, they're like, no, you actually don't have a Magatama maxed anymore, so screw you. Oh, wait, that's Life Aid. Yeah, I want this one. I don't like that it's weak to dark, though. That's kind of terrifying. Thinking about what other GameCube games could come to Switch, there are some good ones. I think like Double Dash with online would be insane. I'm actually not the biggest Double Dash fan, which will probably get a lot of people really upset at me. I didn't grow up with the game, and while I did play it later on, I think there are better Mario Kart games. I know everyone loves Double Dash. I'm not big on how the games like control, like the controls. I don't think it feels quite as snappy as some other games, but you know, I can still admit it's a good game, and I would love to see it with online. I think people would love that. Oh, hi, Oni.
Ha ha ha! World of Stillness, my ass. Creation? Yeah, right. The Assembly of Nihilo is in shambles. Ha ha ha.
So if you remember, Gozu Tenno is going to launch an attack on this place. And it looks like the Oni have cleared out this first area. In fact, it's actually a safe area, as we can see. We got that little blue diamond down there.
We already destroyed the core. It's all over for Nihilo. The Mantra have won.
Yeah, in fact, it almost feels a little too easy. You guys defeated this whole place before I even showed up. I'm starting to think maybe the Assembly of Nihilo wanted you to defeat their little reactor and take over their whole place here. But nah, I'm sure I'm just crazy. Oh, this room doesn't have anything in it. I'm sure I'm worried for nothing. Well, I guess let's go take this elevator then. What is the point of that room? Maybe something happens there later that I'm not remembering. Well, let's go down a floor and see if the Oni down here need any help from ya boy, the Demi-Fiend.
Damn it! I haven't seen the commander or the maiden at all. Oh well, we got all the treasure anyway.
And I don't like to hear that. You guys say you defeated them, but the two people... Oh, there's nothing in there. And the two people you are trying to, like, you know, one you wanted to kill and the other one you really wanted to capture are nowhere to be seen.
You're the demon who won the trial. So, you decide to come join us, huh? Well, you're too late. We already finished our attack. Oh! Oh boy, an item!
It's empty. Yeah, so the demons weren't kidding. They already took all of the treasure. They left nothing for us. What the heck, guys? I thought we were on the same team. To be fair, I did spend a bunch of time in the Labyrinth of Amala. I get it. I made a little detour, but you couldn't have left some goods for me. You know, some beads, some balms. I don't think we've gotten a balm before. Are there balms in SMT3? I don't even remember.
The round thing up ahead is the core. The heart of this structure. Or at least it was. The whole thing happened pretty fast. So, what's the report about needing 4 kilas to open the core a hoax? Well, Nihilo probably got scared of the mantra and ran away.
Huh. That's some interesting info.
Huh? I can hear something coming from that door. Well, hell, we won. What's there to worry about now?
The floor is too unstable to proceed ahead. Whoa, trippy. What about this door up here? There's nothing in here. There's nothing in that door. Whoa! This reminds me of Star Wars, when like Obi-Wan's going around that like pillar. Will you enter? Yeah, why the heck not? Oh, hey, look, it's our friend.
Thank God it's just you. I thought it was being ambushed. Way to give a guy a heart attack. Well, at least we're both here in one piece.
One Piece, da 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 ba 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 ba.
I'm sorry I got you stuck last time. I know I screwed up, but it's actually a good thing I did. See, I never thought their base would be this massive. And had I sent you here alone, you'd be here all day scratching your head. That's because you wouldn't have me to clue you in. Anyway, the Mantra launched their attack at just the right time. Thanks to them, I was able to slip in unnoticed. Hey, call me crazy, but you didn't actually join the Mantra, did you?
Yes.
Oh, damn. Well, it's your decision, so I won't broach the subject any further. Moving along.
This entire room is a facility for collecting Magatsuhi. We're at the center of the big hole you can see from outside. Since most of it got wrecked in the assault, it's no longer operational. Right before that, it was filled to the brim with Magatsuhi. Then those mantra guys stormed in and busted up the place. And why wouldn't they? What else would this be but the Nihilo's very core? You'd think one might have stopped to consider that maybe they were playing right into Hikawa's hands.
Whoa! I'm so surprised about this info.
If I hadn't used the Amala network to get here, I wouldn't have noticed either. But something's very off about the flow of Magatsuhi here. It's cleverly disguised, but this magnificent contraption is nothing more than bait. The real core must be located somewhere else inside the base. And that's where we'll find Hikawa. Damn. Maybe I'd better not stick around. I know the mantra's commotion has pretty much died down. That being said, there's still more danger to come. As much as I wanted to see Hikawa in person, I doubt I'd make it to him alive. So I've got no choice but to head back. On your way here, did you see a corridor you couldn't enter? One that was spinning? I managed to deactivate it, so you should be able to go through now. That's about all the help I can give. Dealing with Hikawa is all on you. You've come this far, so there's no point turning back now. Good luck.
Alright, so we gotta find the true core of this place. And we also gotta check out this room, which is now not spinning anymore. Let's go all the way down to the 10th basement floor. But what? No elevator attendant? This place sucks. The Pokemon convenience stores were way better. They had elevator attendants. Hikawa, you could really invest in one, I think. I think it would make everyone's lives a lot easier. You know, it would create a new job. You know, I don't think jobs are very common here in the Vortex world.
Those idiot mantra demons fell for it hook, line, and sinker. They're probably high-fiving each other thinking they destroyed the core unit.
Power's nothing without brains. It ain't the size of the muscle, but how you use it, you know?
Who are you?
I don't know who you're with, but it looks like you got some brains. You just want to make a name for yourself by taking Commander Hikawa's head, huh?
With our luck, or just our luck, we were getting bored of the mantra's stupidity. We need to welcome our guests and show them off comfortably to the afterlife.
Die!
Tarukaja plus a oh, get owned. So it looks like we're fighting an Incubus and a Kappa Tengu. Pretty basic demons, nothing too scary, I don't think. We did 131 off of just that. And he's already dead. Not very scared of life drain. It's a pretty weak move. 349, and he's dead. We got an agate. You obtained the yellow Keela. That Oni told us we need 4 Keelas to open the core. And, whoa, would you look at that? A yellow thing. Let's put the yellow Keela there. So we're going to have to go around this facility and collect all 4 Keelas and place them in their little pedestal. But we actually have a save point right here, so I think this is a good place to stop the video. I think next time we'll continue through the Assembly of Nihilo and clear out this dungeon. But for now, see ya, gamers!